Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Um, as you can see here, I have these devices laid out here. This is what I'll be talking to you guys about today. Um, so I'm here to discuss some bugs and issues that Fortnite's been having. Where a lot of creators, especially new creators like me, have been going through, where we have to do a lot of research. We have to basically figure things out as we go. And I've actually fixed a bug where your round won't end, or basically you won't get a victory or you won't get a loss. It would just end on draw. And I've actually fixed it with these devices here. What I needed was a team settings inventory and a player count. So with these two devices, what I would do is I would basically, to start off, let's just go to my island settings, and these are the settings you would need. You would need 16 teams. You would need this team size dynamic. What dynamic does, as you can read at the bottom, it does dynamic allows devices to set team size to allow for asymmetric teams. So what that means is that the devices would take control on the team size. So what we would do is we would leave this on team 16 teams, and on dynamic. This would basically make it like a free-for-all, and it would basically make everybody in individual teams, and it would work like a free-for-all, and it would give them the victory. And what I did was I what you would have to do is you would have to put it on team 1, and you would also have to put this on team 1. Now let me explain the player counter. Player counter, you would have to invert team selections, right? And on enabled phase, it's up to you. You can put a trigger. I have a trigger enabled when receiving from trigger. You can put that, or you can enable it from your round settings, or whatever starts your round. You can enable it, but just make sure it enables at the start of your round, so it can start counting at the beginning of your round. So what you can do is you have to invert your team. What this would do is it would basically count everyone that's not on team 1, and it would say when there's nobody else left, the count is 0. When it says 0, that nobody else is not on no other team, and there's only one person on team 1, team 1 would win, because it just counted everybody else on every other team except team 1. That's what invert team selection means. It inverts the team selection. So it would basically, count that. And what that would mean is it would go on count success. So on count succeed, it would end around on team settings inventory. So that would be here. You would need this device, and you would also need this device to put these settings here. These settings are the device settings that you would need. You would need team 1. You would need to put this individual, spawn limits 1. This is, you can do this if you want. I just put it on spectating. You can put it on don't override. I put it on spectating. But this one you need to put initial team size. You need to put team size ratio. You also need to put spawn limit 1 and respawn type individual. And team 1. This is the only setting that we would change, would be team 1, because this one right here would be team 2. This one right here would be team 3. So we would not change no other setting but team 1 and end round player counter. These are the only two settings we would change on here, because here we would we would go here. So basically we would go here. This would be team 2. Team 2 would be connected to player counter 2. So basically this one would count whoever's on team 2, and this one will count whoever's on team 1. and so on, all the way until you get to round 16. And these are the settings you would guys need. You would need team 1, individual, special team size, ratio, these are the team settings that you would need, and these are the player counter settings that you would need. Now remember, for each round, you would connect each setting. Well, basically not for each round. I meant to say for each player counter and for each team settings inventory, you would connect it to your player counter. Now, these settings, the only two settings, like I said, you would have to change on your team inventory would be the team and the player counter. And here, the only setting you would need to change would be the team and the team settings inventory. You would have to change it to a different one when you do team 2, because team 2 has to be linked to this one and team inventory has to be linked to this one, so they can count each other, and then these two will count each other, these two will count each other, and so on. And what this would do is, when it says, hey, there's one person left in your team but no other team has anybody left, this team will send the signal count succeeded, end round. Count succeeded, end round, and your round will end. Guys, I hope I helped you guys out with this video, and I hope it resolved your problems with your free-for-all maps, your zone wars, and I hope to make more content like this too. And also, one last question before I end the video would be, I guess, just throw this out there. I know a lot of people maybe have been asking about this, a lot of issues, but I know there's an issue where your launch pad won't go inside your item grantor or any other grantor that we can think of. It just won't go in there. It just doesn't happen. And so does environmental traps. It won't go in there as well. So I was hoping if you guys had an answer or anything for this, maybe write down in the comments what you guys think about this bug. There's a lot of more bugs we can get into, we can talk about, but this one right here, it's here, it's happening right before our eyes, and I'm pretty sure we have a lot of more bugs to come, guys. So stay in tune and like and subscribe. Appreciate your help. Thank you. Appreciate my help and appreciate your support. Thank you so much, guys.